Hey Pisces, thought I would do a reading for your houses. I don't know if anybody has done that. It's something I have always been meaning to do. And I have Susan Shepherd's Black Moon Astrology cards here to lay it all out. And that's why I have them. I love them. And so I'm going to pull a card for each house. I don't know how familiar you are with your house placements or what the houses deal with, but I'll give brief explanations here, enough to help you understand what's going on, obviously. I've grouped them according to the different signs, element stories. So water story, air story, earth story, and fire story. Okay? Because that's how those houses interconnect. So I'm starting with the water one. I'm starting with your own house, your 12th house. And then I'm linking to the 8th house and the 4th house. So let's get a card for your 12th house. Ruled by Neptune, of course. The house of escape, of all the deep dreaming, the deep communications, the things that you can't decide if you want to say, the things you can't decide if you want to do. Tremendous love for people, all kinds of people, perhaps a sacrifice. The heaviness of being the 12th house, the heaviness of carrying something of all the other houses in your house. So the legacy of what you were willing to do before you move into the next realm, the other dimension, yes? But bringing that dimension into ours. Ooh, flies right out. Flies right out. 9 of Wands. Okay. The wounded warrior in his head, the bandaged head. Everything's not as it appears, but perseverance. One of my guides, this is actually her card. Perseverance, near completion. Okay. Let's go to 8th house in Scorpio, the transformation house, the house of energy, death, sex, secrets. Oh, just flipping right over. Just like for Aquarius. Justice. So some divine timing here. Some truth. This is High Priestess energy as far as I'm concerned. Manifesting beyond just knowledge and communication and guidance. Manifesting as a decision. And the decision can manifest as a life event or an actual decision. We have 2 cards together. For the 4th house. This 4th house in Cancer. Oh, I should say, of course, the 8th house is co-ruled by Pluto and Mars. So we have Pluto and Mars energy there. Something is being... Some sort of transformation is being justified. Justified? Let's see. For the 4th house, ruled by the moon and in Cancer, the house of roots, the house of security, the house of... This is all bloodline, ancestral, energy, stories. So we have 4th house. Roots that you can create as well. And we have a beginning and a beginning. A completion. Spiritual start after turning over a new page. So in air energy, which would be communications, knowledge, thinking, or completion with an air sign. But I'm not so stuck on reading for signs, more the story. And we have an ace and a 10 together, so a beginning and an ending. But this is the ending that says, right, a cat hissing. No. Thank you. This is the ending that says the person's not truly dead, that they're coming back. They're making a hand gesture in one of the cards that is a signal that they are not truly dead. Interesting. Full Cups energy, so guidance. Some sort of intervention. Interesting. Let's see where it takes us. Let's move on to your air story, since we have 10 of air there. Okay, Pisces. Let's go to your 11th house in Aquarius. 11th house of friendships, but also humanitarianism, right? The bigger picture, which is closely enough related to what concerns you. Innovation, though, technology. It's ruled by Uranus and Saturn. Uniqueness, like eccentric uniqueness, and protecting freedoms. Let's see what's going on for you in the 11th house, Pisces. Lack of independence. Okay, going back to 8 of Pentacles, something needs to be worked on. There's a perseverance here that is suffering. This is the entrepreneur card, the self-sufficiency card. I have a cat that just wants to say something to you. Also wants some freedom. But this 9 of Wands in your house, the desires, so this balance in the transformation house. Perhaps we're looking for balance and truth. Okay, let's go to the 7th house, that Justice house. Let's see what is corresponding to the Justice card in your 8th house, and let's see what's going on in the Justice house with Libra ruled by Venus, the house of justice, the house of long-term partnerships or deep commitments of all kinds. So I want it to fly there, and it flew. Okay. More Pentacles energy. So a lot of Earth energy in your air. And just to complete the picture, let's go to your 3rd house, Gemini and Mercury, the house of messages, but knowledge, communication, community. These are all communication cards. These are all networking cards. This has Lover's energy in it with Gemini. And we also have ethics involved here. Sideways energy. A knave, yeah, that's the knave. A messenger, a student, a small offer. All pentacles in your air. All material concerns in your thinking. In your connections with others. So something really needs to be settled. So we have 8. No, we have 9. Okay, so I took a moment to do some thinking. There's clearly in the water story, there's a freedom either coming or happening. Freedom from being released from ties that bind. There's some kind of relationship that was close to the bone that is there's a freedom from that. There's a freedom from that. This offer that is pending, it's undecided. This communication that is stuck. And this 9 in reverse. I'm wondering if the 9 is saying, don't be too independent. Like, be a little more interdependent. And you have strong individualistic energy in this, I think, because of this freedom, this escape, that strong 9 of Wands of like, I will have this. Okay, that's where I'm thinking right now. Let's get more. Let's go to your Earth story, Pisces. Let's go to your 10th, 6th, and 2nd houses. 10th house in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. The career house, the reputation house, the what your life purpose is, who you truly are, whether or not that's profitable and needs to be paid for by what you do in the 6th house. But really you're, shall we say, something that decided it needed to fly to the floor, and it's sideways. Possibly upside down. The 10 of Pentacles. So we take that with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse in the 11th house. Not sure what you want to do as a legacy. I would put 10 of Pentacles. I would actually switch Capricorn to be mutable earth, not cardinal earth. And I would put that as Capricorn's card for what that's worth. I'm not sure exactly, but so in what else was, we got that Knave of Pentacles sideways. So somebody I know you had so much work to do, Pisces. Let's go to the 6th house. The house of Virgo and Mercury. The routines, the workplaces, the day-to-day, the habits. Another knave. A Knave of Cups. Really strange energy for... So an unexpected message, perhaps an apology. What does that have to do with? Something. It's not an accident. Let's go to your 2nd house in Taurus with Venus. Your money house, your cash flow house, your have and have not house. Two. 10 of Cups. 2 10s. Really? Okay, so your 2nd house and your 4th house. I know it's all interconnected, but here we have the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Cups in that deep connection. So we have the Ace and the Ten of Cups. So we have full communion. You're fully guided. Ten of Wands in reverse takes us back to that Nine of Wands. Okay, lead me back to that Nine of Wands, which is your, yes, your 12th house. This has everything to do with that Justice card. So, that escape. You're nearly financially set. But you have to decide. It has everything to do with your own house. It's going to be interesting to see what your first house shows us. But what's really confusing is this Knave of Cups. But so perhaps just, it might, this Knave energy. The stability, the solid career, the solid identity, reputation. I mean, this is okay. I mean, okay, so your Cups energy, Pisces, obviously, is this you. Are there things you need to communicate? Are there things that you need to... Name's not the Knight, not the King. But a new energy. Amateur, perhaps. Maybe that's what we're talking about. A new start. Things need writing, sharing, communicating. And it's a new thing for you. Or you have to start. You have to start where you're at, and then you gain the reputation. Possibly. But it's all there. They're saying that your finances are guaranteed. So let's go to your fire story. Dear Pisces. Let's go to your 9th house of faith, truth, philosophy in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. And let's see what's happening for you in your 9th house. A 9. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, leading to that 10 of Cups. Full communion, full spiritual guidance, full ancestral guidance. It's you. It's you. It's your own, one of your own cards. So you believe in yourself? Yeah. You believe in yourself. You have faith in yourself. You know what you know. You know what you believe. You know who you're connected to. You know what to be careful about. Let's go to your 5th house. 5th house in Leo. So the creativity, which, let's see if it has anything to do with that Page of Cups and that Knave of Pentacles. The will, the force of will. Not so sure. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands bets on himself. Well, why? Okay, you believe in them, but you're not so sure about yourself. Is that what the 10 of Wands are in reverse? You're doubting, you're worried. You're worried about that Knave energy. Are you worried about it being the wrong direction to go in? That's why your Knave of Pentacles is sideways. Not sure if you want to invest in communicating. But the Queen of Pentacles in the 7th. Injustice. That's why your 9 of Pentacles is in reverse in the 11th house. You're not sure that the investment of relying on yourself is going to have the audience. You're worried about audience, market. You have all of this fresh start with that Ace of Cups. That Justice, yes. And then we come back to that 9 of Wands in your house, in your head. So yeah, identity. Identity. So let's take it back to the 1st house of identity. Your rising signs. With Pisces, do you know what your rising sign is, or do you have more than one? My 1st house runs through 3 signs. So I consider myself to have 3 rising signs. Okay, for what it counts, battery cut out. So if that means anything, I needed to replace the battery. Do you need to replace your batteries, Pisces? Are you out of fire? This is a Pisces candle and the flame is sideways. The wick is floating sideways. Okay, let's get your 1st house. What was I saying before the camera cut out? Yeah, if you're watching as a Pisces, someone born in the season of Pisces, then, yeah, what's your rising? I have a Pisces Mercury and half of my moon is Pisces. I have a split moon between Aquarius and Pisces. But Pisces is my Mercury for sure and my 3rd house. So I have a double whammy. Sideways. Let's take that sideways. Okay. Yes, many thanks. 7s are transformation. They're that promise to self. And I always owe Archangel guidance on YouTube, but thank you for pointing that out to me. 7s are a promise to self, and they are a transformation. They're stepping into that commitment. And we have that sideways. That will, that this would be a transformation of will, desire, direction, doing. This is absolutely tied to the house of will and doing, the 5th house. And that is why this knight who bets on himself is in reverse. It's because there's a suspended transformation of self in the first house. Because of this Nine of Wands. See how this Nine of Wands in your house, in your head, in your completion, stuck in this transformation that's not happening yet because what needs doing? What's destined? What is divine time? These cats. This is all mostly not major. Aquarius got so much major arcana. Yeah, you've got heavy, heavy spiritual. You've got your guides and your God, and it's all justice, balancing out. In the 8th house, balance and transformation. So, is it a question of who you are, independent of who they are? What's in it for you? Is it so heavily loaded that what you need to do for them, and you're wondering what's in it for you? Is there a struggle there? Because you have friends. Interesting. Not sure how to bet on yourself. One more look. Because you have to start communicating. It's this communication. That Queen of Pentacles in the 7th house of partnerships.